Ooh, darkness. Anyway, it's 5 a.m. in the morning. This is my latest. I said I'd do this, and I feel like that I don't want to slip, I don't want to say, um, not do this. But anyway, I said I was going to be back into the research mode to try to find a little bit more information about the. Oh, God. So let's see, what have I done? I went over that entire book I talked about. It was actually faster than I thought because there's a lot of sort of resource catalogs. And so it's stuff like it was a book about how to get free software, but it was things like, oh, here's how you connect to this one network. Here's how you connect to another one and another one. And, here's the pricing for that one and this one over here. And then it was stuff like, oh, and here's some recommended free software for you to use and how to use. So it was a lot of sort of almanac style. And yeah, it's fine. I also looked into those different Unix style operating systems, and okay, it's fine. Um, yeah, so I guess the real question is, does it change anything? So let me just go. I did. I do feel like I'm not genuinely giving people what I am claiming. Oh, give me a break. So when you do this type of stuff, sometimes controls and shift keys get stuck. This technology fucking sucks so much. Why is a fucking key stuck? There it is. Jesus Christ. That was a problem with XNest, like, when I first used it, maybe like 25 years ago. And it's still a fucking problem now. Isn't it great? Anyway. The real problem is that competent people like me don't actually fix it. The, I have this assumption that's completely unfounded. That essentially there's like these large armies of users out there using this software, and that it's just like, clearly I can just wait for smart people to come around because there's thousands of people that. But really, there's not. There's not a lot of people that are running like an XNest server, with like what is this GNOME inside? TW. I don't know what I'm running inside that thing. Um, and getting this kind, there's just not enough. So it's like I was looking at. If you look at like the actual people that commit to some of the larger projects like GIMP and GNOME, it's not a big set of people. I touch upon that in when I'm talking about the responsibility arrow, and that you have to have something to actually bring new people down, so that it's a key to overtake. And I use GIMP as an example because it does really poorly with that, actually. Um, and that's why LibreOffice does it as well. That's why development is so fucking slow. And it doesn't seem to move after all these years. Anyway, let me just go over this and see if. Oh my god! Oh, it's a slideshow. That's why. If there's anything that I need to do, I might just. If I can't get this, so this thing's half coded. If I can't get this thing all the way coded in the next few days, I can just kill it. It doesn't really matter. Nobody else does it. I'm the only person. Oh yeah, I can throw this thing to the back. Order, move to bottom. Oh my god. Now my head. Alright, this is better. Oh, that's better. I can just move this thing. So, I found out about all the prices here. Yeah, they're a wide variety. Um, some of their products were more vaporware than others. Some of them were more used than others. Oh, I found out some interesting thing that GNU hitched their wagon to the BSDs at first and not Linux. So they did tape distribution of Net2 and then something called BSD 4.4 Lite, which is what FreeBSD ended up being based on. And they did that until 1995 or so. And then they said, oh, now we're going to be doing this Debian Linux thing. And they were going to put out a book or whatever. And that didn't go through. And it's, they introduced it as like other GNU software at first. Like here's something called Linux. It's GNU soft. But it's interesting that they were actually distributing Net2 BSD and 4.4 BSD Lite because those aren't GPL software. And there's like this, like, the that's the nature of in a disruption, right? Is that it comes from below. Yeah? I talked about that on the Unix slide, how IBM or Microsoft met whatever. Yeah, that's correct. So whenever I have to do these long research sessions, which was, I don't know, the last time I did it, what was 11 hours ago. Yeah, now I have to go over all these things. That's correct. These are unquoted, which is fine. I don't care. There's a bunch of issues of Unix world I cannot find. I just can't find the archival versions of them. So, and it doesn't look like the Los Angeles Public Library has an extant collection. There is something in... I didn't check USC. A WorldCat says that UCLA's got one. But in order to see the details, they're like, please log in with your student ID. And you're like, fuck, I don't have a student ID. Unix. So it's really like Unix/world is the real name for it. And oh my god, search everything. No. Just give me the fucking publication. So I know you can't see this, but it's stuff like, oh my god. It's just looking for the word Unix and world, which is not correct. Quote. Let's see if that works. No. Other material. Oh, fucking bitch. Magazine. Oh, I see. They have these different... Oh my god, that is all wrong. What about Unix space? Maybe there's something, I don't know what it is about this magazine. I guess you can assume that maybe it wasn't as significant as I think it is. And I'll give you that's quite possible. I see a lot of references to it though, so it makes me think that like maybe I don't know. I mean, like, who published it? Maybe I don't know how these archival systems work. So I would assume that they'd either have like microfiche, I would assume. So who was doing it? McGraw-Hill. Well, McGraw-Hill is a big educational publisher. So that's really strange that you can't really find the issues. And look, there's only a one paragraph description of it. That's it. Of open systems computing, right? Well, maybe. See, it got changed to the term open systems computing. So maybe it's categorized underneath there, like how Mark Twain's categorized in Samuel Clemens or whatever. Yeah, and I saw this. So I scraped all of that. What the fuck? Why are there so many references here? Yeah, so I can't find. So it's really hard for me. What is this thing? Do you actually have them all? Yeah, but where do I have to go? Unix World's open. Let's see. No, it's the same font. Should find it. No, you just say it exists somewhere. Thank you. Oh, borrow. Not open to the public. Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad about that. Los Altos. No. So there's something called WorldCat, which is like the database of library databases. It's generally pretty good. So I do something like Unix World. And I should be able to... Oh, here. See? I got that. University of Idaho. Not going there. Here's the magazine publication. And Lapple. Yeah, Lapple. That's exactly where I want to go. So I click on Lapple. And then I go to catalog. And I get this. Oh, I have to type it in again, of course, because why not? There it is. And then I get this very strange Volume 1, Number 3, Volume 1, Number 4. I don't know if what they mean. See, it looks like they only have a few. I think I'd have to call them tomorrow, see what it is. And then this doesn't go anywhere. I tried that. Let me see what else they can do. Stanford. I'm not going to Stanford. I'm not going there. Yeah, open computing was okay. So that was what it eventually became known as. Oh, here, Unix World. Maybe that's it. Maybe what I need to do is it had all of these other names over the time period. Oh, look. Here. Yeah, it just, look, and some people have the space, some people don't have the space. So maybe that's why I've been like so difficult to find this damn thing. Is I'm just not looking in the right places. What is this place? Where is this? Lapple, yeah. Irvine, yeah, okay. I'm not gonna go to Irvine, but sure, that's closer. All right, no libraries. Oh, look, Spain, not happening. Genoa, yeah, not happening. Italy, not happening. Let's try one. Can I do? Oh, this is sorted by location. I see. So let's try space. Unix update. No, you dumb fuck. Let's try it with that slash. You don't know what it's going to be named, don't you? I have that in my, no, fuck it. Here, see that little red thing right there? So it's like ambiguous as to what it was named. Yeah, anyway, let's just keep on going. Oh yeah, this I thought about changing a bit because what do I introduce the graph? This is the graph. This is the producer-based graph. There should be a consumer-based graph as well. And what I could do, I could remove the tape. No. I want to get space to basically have, I'm thinking, I don't know if it's needed. I think that I can communicate it here. Maybe, oh, the effort to install is also often high. So these two are solid. But the thing that I wanted to do is basically like, it'd be hard. Maybe I can just Inkscape it. New document. Is that as the, so basically like you've got one, where's text? Like what, all the computers, you've got size, and then you've got cost. And then this one is rotate. Oh, fuck it. I don't have to rotate it for you guys. This isn't professional. So you have that. And then essentially the thing is that some of these are stepwise functions and some other ones, or I should say, cost is not the right term. It's really time. Yeah, so some of these are stepwise functions, some of them are not. So what I mean by that is that, for instance, if I had a 2400 BPS modem, then I could do about a 1 megabyte an hour. That might, oh, Jesus Christ. Every fucking computer I have uses like a different icon set for every fucking application out there. It's so frustrating. I need to unify them. It's just like, I sit down on your computer, I'm like, what is this thing trying to do? So anyway, the whole idea here is that like you'd have something like this for your type-in program, right? Saying as the size goes up, the time it takes is enormous. It's absurd. And then you could have something like, oh, I don't know, maybe for cassette-based, which is actually like 60K per cassette. You can have something like this. And then, well, no, I mean, like, was it? Whole point is that it'd be like this. Because whether it's a cassette or, oh no, that's not true. Yeah, I think it is. A cassette or a floppy. And then you have a modem, which would be something like, actually it's kind of more of a pain in the ass. And so it's about the same starting, but then it'd be like this. And this would have to be like a logarithmic graph. Right? And then you'd have floppies, which are a little bit more convenient because they have higher capacity. Then you have CD-ROMs, which are way the fuck more convenient. CD-ROMs are really easy. CD-ROMs are super easy. Because you're reading it at like 600, 600 meg disk that I think you can read at 600. Well, it's supposed to be 74 minutes, and so you know exactly how much that is, right? So it's 640 divided by 74. So divided by 60 times 1024. So you're reading at about 150k a second, which is, yeah, I mean, like, floppy is something like 30, so it's much faster. That's a single speed. Yeah, so, and that's 1.44 meg. So the whole idea of this would be that depending on the technology you are doing the distribution with, you are imposing a higher time cost on the user in order to use the software that scales differently with the size of the application. So if you look at some of the software comparisons, they all compare like number of disks or install size as a very substantial thing. So they're like, oh, this thing takes 10 megs and this one's only like 3 megs, and people are like, oh my god, that's a huge difference. Well, of course, how much disk you had mattered too, right? All of those things used to matter. I mean, these days it's whatever, you can get for 25 terabytes for what, $200 or whatever, right? Just right, like I've got a bunch of, like, I got some RAID arrays in here and stuff. I got over 100 terabytes. Like it's absolutely, like, it's meaningless, right? Yeah, all of those metrics have come to be absolutely meaningless. We got flat internet at like super 1 gig, 1 gigabit speeds, and it's whatever. But those all used to be crucial. So I don't think it matters. The reason I don't think it matters is that this is the important part. I'm thinking about because these things scale differently based on the size. And I don't have the type-in in here. And the type-in actually on the producer side is extremely cheap because you're just printing out pieces of paper, right? That's it. But on the consumer, you can deal with Xerox. It doesn't, it's really, really cheap. But on the consumer side, it's actually quite expensive because you have to type the stuff in manually. It's the most time-consuming form. I saw something. There was one of the online services was called Genie, and they were charging like $40 an hour to be connected, and regular hours, and in modern money that's like $115, $116 an hour. It's absolutely batshit. Can you imagine paying over $100 an hour for internet? I mean, that's like the cost of like therapy. I mean, seriously, just to be online, it was extremely expensive. So yeah, there's definitely a hidden consumer cost that's not being explicated here. That was part of why this wasn't a big deal. I guess, the problem is with any type of this, like if I had, here, let me use Cite. It's a text editor. So the problem is that if I had like software distribution, costs, and then software consumption costs, which would be the next one, right? Software consumption cost. And of course, I'd have to go and somehow justify all those lines and make sure that they're correct and try to get market things. And it's another day or two of research. Then I'd have to have some kind of what is it? Some crossing point, some comparison of both, because this is a two-sided marketplace, right? And so it's a two-sided marketplace. So if you have like a really cheap production, which is like what you get with the typing programs, but a really expensive consumption, then consumers aren't going to come forward. It needs to be cheap on both sides, which is what we have these days. But is there a way to do that without a fuck ton of effort? Can I just hand wave it? Can I say something like, without trying to be quantitative about this? Because the thing is that it's really fucking obvious that downloading is easier than typing in manually, or using a bunch of floppies. It's not hard, so long as it's affordable. One of the things that the author of the book said is that for small programs, you sure do the download, but once you get over whatever hundreds of kilobytes, then it doesn't make any financial sense because the costs are so high. Genie was an outlier of expensive, but none of more. You got like $15 an hour, $14, somewhere around there. It could be 42 on peak times, and it was really expensive. But regardless, it would have been easier to just order something for $5 in the mail or whatever it was. So it's a non-optimal minima, because you'd save money, but then you'd cost time, because as we said beforehand, using the floppies it's a pain in the ass to work with, right? You'd rather just download it to your disk and then just install it. So, but that would be the more expensive option. So so local minima is going to cost you one or the other, and it's not optimal, and it makes user acquisition harder. So, but that is a universal. I don't know if it necessarily affects our story too much. Let's see. So we have this. I know this is true. Does it affect this? The answer is no. Because, this is about going back upstream, and that's more about organization. I don't think it does. Although, people did express that there was some kind of risk about whether you could trust the free programs, and you don't know where these things are coming from, and I'm putting some strange or weird stuff on my computer. So there was an apprehension over the machine and a distrust of free. That's true. So yeah, there was definitely an apprehension about, and I saw this expressed in multiple places, and people were trying to soothe the reader, saying, "Oh no, don't worry about it. This is okay. They don't have ulterior motives where they're trying to steal your things. They're just trying to, I don't know, share things. So there's apprehension about free software. And what did I just say? This is why I record these things. It's not just so I can look pretty. But it's, what was it? Apprehension about free software. It's 5 o'clock in the morning, this is why. 5:30, I should say. And then, oh yeah, people were afraid. People didn't trust the code. And I guess you still don't, right? And so you needed to have trusted channels. Trusted channels and sources needed to be established. Because that's still true. If I go to, random website and was click download, fuck, I'm not going to do that shit, right? I'll trust something through apt or through some kind of, some free software repository. I mean, I trust things in GitHub. I shouldn't. There's a talk the other day about how a bunch of malware is going up to GitHub these days. But I generally think, oh, it's open source. It's not going to be that bad. And I think that people are exploiting that now. But regardless, the thing is that people don't trust. People don't trust code. They trust distributors. People don't trust products. People can't trust products they haven't used. So they must trust distributors. You're seeing how the sausage is made. Yeah. The problem with this is that I end up not saving things, and then my system won't, and then I'll have the thing up for days or weeks or something, and the system will crash, and I'll be like, oh crap, what did I put up there? So I don't know why I use some kind of bizarre local scratch pad. Here. I'm just putting it up here now. So this is Google Docs, right? So that's one thing. Let me just do this. All right. Does this thing change? No, it doesn't. I'm really surprised that GNU was fronting BSD because they're not the same. Maybe that should be closer. Fuck it. Does this change? Drop this. It turns out that that's not necessarily that remarkable. There are many things that were around there as coherent and stuff like that. It's not. Well, I refer to it. Maybe I should stop doing that. Do I say 1,000? Say affordable. No, where's my Minix thing here? Did I already kill it? I might have already killed it. Oh, here it is. As induced sneakernet. Just do that. Yeah. I mean, I think 80. No. It's hard because some of these systems were. They called them Unix workalikes because there was no POSIX out there. And so they would like display files in similar way. Well, for instance, here's something really interesting: is that the DOS 2.0 source code has a bunch of Xenix stuff in there because Xenix was something that they had, and they basically ripped a bunch of Xenix stuff off to put into their DOS because they purchased DOS 1.0 from some other company. And yeah, so it was this kind of, there was a lot of cross pollination between DOS and Unix, even though it didn't look like it from the outset, because Unix seems to be a much more functional system. But the code exchange, especially from manufacturers who had similar products, seems to have been quite high, and kind of was just a different kind of interfacing for people. So, yeah, it's Minix was not trying to be DOS compatible. They weren't trying to do those kinds of, they weren't worried about you getting your Lotus 123 running. That wasn't part of his game. Whereas, the commercial efforts are trying to be best of both worlds groups. It was different, right? Anyway, there was did I misspell Tannenbaum? Isn't it two N's? It is two N's. I fucked that up. Okay, let me go do that. I gotta get that fixed right now, or else I'll forget it. Tannen. 38. See, this is reductive because otherwise I wouldn't have caught that. So I found another instance of this, and I put it in for a brief moment, but I decided to take it out for a hot minute. The thing is that there's this guy named Nelson Ford from Texas, and he's the guy that came up with the term shareware. But he also had something that was called the Public Software Library, which is a place, it's something the book mentioned, and I saw it mentioned a few other places as well. And that was a common place for you to connect and actually download free DOS software. But it's complicated because he had shareware professionals. He was actually really big in shareware. And here, so he did both public domain and shareware. There it is. And so there's this there's a user group dynamic here that I didn't actually encapsulate. And it's questionable whether I want to do that or not. So I don't know if I care. Let me put that in there. User group dynamic. I don't know why it's double space, but it's all on heading 3. That's why. I don't want heading 3. I want normal text. All right, good. All right, so. All right, and so let me go back to the user group. So that's basically where people were swapping software, doing public domain stuff because you didn't have an online community. I mean, that's one of the online community killed the physical meeting space, right? These kinds of clubs that people used to do, in person. It just didn't. People like, oh, we can do it all online now. So it really sort of, I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. Does it change this? No, everything that I was doing was 80s. So no. What about this? No. Still true. Still true. I found some other things here. So I was looking at Login, which is started as a user group, and it was it's fairly academic, but there was like these kinds of like mock and microkernel meetings, these kind of like academic things where people were talking about them. And it made me realize that not only was, I mean, I agree. I know where he's coming from reading these papers. Because I read a few of them and I looked at the different kinds of symposiums, if you will. It is not where the state of the art was, but that doesn't matter. And it's kind of key to understand that that doesn't matter because of this, right? Using old things or known things or simpler things or whatever, it often gets the job done better, right? I mean, you've seen some like really productive people in your times and they work weird, right? They're not using the latest stuff. They've got all of these ways of doing things that are very sort of smoothed out. And I don't care what you're talking about. It could be programming. It could be any type of craft out there. They're using 20-year-old crap because of this. So it wasn't the state of the art. That would have been a bad move in order to get things done. But I don't know if I need to go over that. And that would take a while to justify. So anyway, let's keep going. This is about as cheap as I found. There's a couple that are a bit cheaper, but this is a good one. This is the one I've struggled with a bunch. I mean, part of it is that I could just call it star BSD or BSD lowercase s. I'm okay with that. Sure. Where's that thing? What is it, 49? Let's go down here. Yeah. Call it BSD lowercase s. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I've decided I'm not using periods unless I have to, so there's no period there. I have to change this. Nope. I should probably quote. That's Matt Welsh, but whatever. Nope. This seems more true than ever. As does this. Yeah, and this. Yeah, this is clearly what was happening. I read a bunch of Byte magazines too, so I have I'll show you. Archive.org does not have all of the copies, but I was able to find. Oh, what the fuck was that? Pascal count. What the? At another archive, somebody had scanned them all, and then so I've got think existence, maybe all of them. Then I went over to text, so now I have them on text, so I can, like, I don't know, grep. I was looking for John Quarterman. I was looking for Stallman. Looking for Torvalds. And yeah, okay, so this is an interesting one right here. This is the first reference to Linux as far as Byte Magazine goes. So I can now go to Linux, and it's just letter to the editor right here from a guy in Los Angeles. I tried to look him up. The name is too common. I wasn't able to find him. I mean, there's always a possibility that people at this point could have passed, because this is 30 years ago. Like, you know, it's a long time ago. So yeah, this is it. David Giller, whoever the hell that is. Let me try to get him one more time. David Giller, Los Angeles, maybe. I didn't try that. CEO, Positive World Enterprises. Let's see if he's old enough. Let's see. He could be it. That could be David Giller. Community enrichment program. Spans over 40 years. Positive change. Looks like a Linux kind of guy. Think positive world. Maybe. I don't think so. What about Unix or Linux? No, now I'm getting lawyers. Oh my God. I hate this shit. Tools. All results. Verbatim, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. Get it right. Oh, look at this. There he is. I found him. David Giller, there he is. Occidental College. He was a university student. Oh, university, he's also known as Dave. Cheshire to Oxy.edu. So there's another link. I've got Occidental College. Let's see if I can find him again. This was what? When? 1992. That's about right. Dave, was it Giller? What was his name? Yeah, Giller. Oh my God, you fucking Google. Don't ignore my fucking query. Oh, this makes it super specific. Yes, I know it does. Oh, here, it could be this guy. Yes. You look. Sure. Network and internetwork design. That's him. That's him. This is the guy. This is the guy. This is the guy. What does he do now? Portland Internetworks. I think he's retired. University of Oregon. No, look. He's too young to be retired. He's only 10 years older than me. 21 years. Wow. That's not true. He could be retired. Here's another one. Here's more. Here's Linus Torvalds. David Giller. Oh, here he is. GCC can cross. There he is. Here he is again. Drew Eckhart. Yeah, that's a name I've heard. I should read this. What is this, October? Yeah, it's about a year in. Oh my god. Technical, blah, blah, blah. See, I'm not looking for the technical stuff. Without Linux might not have been. Yeah, no shit. Thank you, Chip. It's fairly easy to cross-compile. Yes, Mr. 12-year-olds. Message has been deleted. How nice. Since he was using Linux as development, it seems that he could have brought it up first pass. Last time I compiled GCC, it took about 6. Yeah, who cares? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, you see? And it's like, oh my god, 67 megabytes. Holy shit. I mean, like, yeah, 1992, that was a lot, I guess. That'd be like, I don't know, fucking 10 terabytes these days. Yeah, see, these are the political messages that I see in the SIGs. So I had that talking for a bit. I took that out. But yeah, these things do exist. So, what else is he saying? Analytics. True card, yeah. Yeah, this is a new name for me. I haven't seen that one yet. Corey West. I saw that one by name before. Yeah. Yeah. Dave Summers. I've heard of him before. This one's new. He can answer for Linus. Standing in the shower this morning. Oh, being all scandalous. Think that's it. No, he's not 85. No way. Yeah, this is him. Maybe, what is the other company? Portland Internetworks. Yeah, I mean, he could have easily sold that and just said, fuck it, I'm out. You do something for 20-something years, that's good enough. Looks like it's kind of gone. I wonder if I can find him like in Twitter. Oh, come on. What the hell is that shit? David Geller. That's not the same David Geller. Who the fuck is this? No, look at all the people named David Geller. Writer, song? No, I don't think so. No, that's the first one that I got. The Suave guy was the first one. Here he is again. The Bone, PGP. It could be this dude. He could just be a writer these days. It's very Portland-like. Let's see what's going on over here. No, this guy's got hair. This guy? Is he at a capital firm? No. Fuck it, who cares? Oh, so I'm going to contact the guy. But it's okay. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, so I've been doing this for almost an hour. This is the kind of thing that I do for the research. Trying to find out about these people. Yeah. Let's go back. So yeah, so here's some other references. This one, the second one is right. Actually, where did I go? No, I want Linux. Second one's actually in an advertisement of all things. That's because I need to go into text. Hold on. It's so slow if you don't do it in text. Here it is, much faster. So second one is here. Now, actually, I haven't looked at this one yet. Let's look at it together. So let me just do this. Here, I haven't seen this one yet. So PDA report card 1993. I guess this would be pre-POM. Is POM out yet? I don't think so. It might be. Oh yeah, no, it's his ad. Yeah, it's the guy's ad again. Let me see if he corrected it. He had TCP/IP misspelled last time. Nope, still misspelled. TC/pip. Here it is. So March Unix World 1993. So there's an actual, but I can't find a copy of that fucking magazine. So that's why I wanna find that thing. Let's see. So yeah, no, he's probably running that ad. So it's one reference. And then here we see 2. So let's look that one up. This is still before the 1.0 release. Like SLS is basically all of it. Advanced operating systems. And I bet you it doesn't talk about Linux. Nope, there's an ad back here that talks about it. And that's it. Unix clone for $39.85. People trying to sell it. Yeah, that's it. Transamerica. All sources are included. There's these little ads. People trying to make money from it. Totally legit. It's fine. But I'm curious as to what they're talking about. So you say, okay, cool. So you're saying, how do I undo this shit? Just go up here, I guess. Advanced operating systems. What the fuck are you talking about? Sun Nextelligent. Let's do dual. So I just scroll through things. So this is what I usually do. Can I kill this thing somehow? Oh, here it is. And then I just scroll through and try to read all the articles to see what's going on. Let's see if BSD is mentioned. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, see, this was a talk. This was the hot talk of the town at the time. So, the idea that there was this other thing called Linux, like it was just like an ad, like in the back of the magazine. It wasn't significant. Additional proposal. Oh, here's a comparison. OS2, IBM's a workplace. Yeah, no gives a shit. Sun, HP, USL. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's right now, right? I'm BSDC ROM, same ad guy. All right, well, let's just go on. It's okay. So, oh, look, Drew Eckhart. Yeah, there he is again. See, I told you I'd see his name. This time was good. Right. Does this matter? No. I want to change Debian maintainer to just project maintainer. But no. I'm really happy with my explanation of this thing. I think that's very I think it's very correct, actually. Can I add another one here? These are the last two are things I've been using for years. Maybe there's something else where there's a fairly direct line. I mean, yeah, Friendster led to Facebook, but that's not something that people. I mean, it is the same thing, right? But not really, because Facebook is a knockoff company. I guess you could say something like, shit, Usenet led to Reddit. But Usenet was successful. So, and Friendster was pretty successful too. So that's not a good example. You got to go with something that's well known, didn't do that well, and I mean, the Apple Lisa, not really. There's a bunch of early smartphones, but nobody really knows about those. You know, I can't really say. I don't know. Go's Pinpoint OS led to iPhone. I mean, nobody knows what. That'd have to be another talk. Is there any other examples I could use? Now, Vision or VisiCalc was very popular and successful. It was Vision that flopped. There's got to be something. I'll have to think about it. Maybe not if I can get a 4 or 5. If I could just just have a list of like 7 or 8 of them and be like, oh shit, oh, yeah, I guess it's true. 3's not 3 is kind of anecdotal. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. So, I guess it's 6 a.m. And I've been doing this for over an hour. But let me think about this for a few more seconds before I hang up the phone. Let's see, what else could this possibly be? Is there anything else that was I know what to do. Biggest product flops of the 90s. If I do like biggest product flops, it'd be like, oh, here's a Juicero. Like, yeah, I know about fucking Juicero. That's not what I'm talking about, you dumb fuck. All right, let's Google Glass, right? But there hasn't been a successful execution of that. Ford Edsel, Sony Betamax. Yeah, not a good idea. RG, no. Apple Newton. No, because it's not. There's IBM Simon. There's too many other players there, and they weren't the first. This is known as palm top computing or pen-based computing, and there are a lot of things that were around. They were kind of this is a bandwagon product, so it doesn't work. Sure, but nothing like Oculus. Sure, I mean there's things that are somewhat successful, but no. No, this was a Me Too product. I didn't even know they ever existed. A Me Too product, yeah. Soylent actually did quite well. I don't know why they have it there. Let's see. Google Glass. Atari game. What is this thing? Smokeless. There's something I went to called the Museum of Failure, and it was not very good. It was about 10 years ago. Windows Vista. Yeah, this is a classic one. Yeah, there was no blue. Oh. No. I was about to say you could use like the EV1, but there were a lot of electric cars prior to that. That's also a very complicated. Um, yeah, wow. Let's see. Google Plus. No, Google Plus was a Me Too product. Um, HD DVD. Nope, that was when people were already streaming. Virtual Boy. No, MeGo. MeGo. What was MeGo? What was MeGo? I forget. Nokia. Oh yeah, is another right. Laserdisc. No, Laserdisc was not failed. It did well for a bit. It just didn't have much staying power in the marketplace. Yeah, it's not very good. Everybody's listening to Google Glass. You know what's interesting is that the things that I have up there are. Let's try this instead. Oh, 164. That's a lot. Biggest vaporware products. Maybe that list of vaporware. Maybe that's a good source to go into. What? How is Xenix? Right, but that. How does that? How does that qualify? I mean, Xenix is still Xenuos. It's still the one commercial version of Unix is still around. Is has a direct lineage back to Xenix. I'm not gonna fight that fight. Phantom, no, no. What are these video? I don't care about video games. What? Bluetooth? Who the fuck made this page? Interactive television. Yeah. That was just a form factor that was predicted that we'd consume the internet in, and it was wrong. How did I get to that page twice? Let's see. Google Glass, of course. Segway. Well, it was a micro mobility. It was an early micro mobility product, and the current batch of electric vehicles, you could say, had a direct precedent here, but it's not as strong as a statement. Twitter had its own device? I had no idea. QCat. Oh, no. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I guess that the other sort of signature thing of this is not so much that it's an incremental or a largely funded incremental product on a continuum, in as much as it is something that sort of sets the a superstructure going forward. So the reason that a lot of these things don't make it is that they are just failed executions of something with a a larger past. It was whereas things like this are Ted Nelson's Xanadu can be said as, I mean, you can directly say a lot of stuff, a lot of research here led to the modern desktop. Absolutely. You can directly say Ted Nelson's Xanadu, a lot of the ideas were used by TBL and WWW. But GNU Herd never fucking existed at the time. That's why I said Minix is really it. So maybe failure is the wrong word here, because Minix didn't fail. It did what it did. And it's not really GNU Herd. That's not true. There's really no good evidence of that. If GNU Herd wasn't there, I think that, and if Minix was, I think that Linux still would have been done, and they would have like done public domain or something like that, as opposed to the copyleft. There was talk early on, and then Linus saw Stallman speak actually in Finland, and then he was eventually persuaded to do the GPL, but it was initially that he wanted it to somehow be free and a hobbyist, like public domain kind of freeware, which would have been fine, so his plans really didn't change that much, other than being, whatever. It's really, it's a different thing. So, you gotta say that it's really mixed, but you can't use the word failure there. Gotta use a different word. Disaster. No. You gotta say something like defect. These are all so super negative. Screw up. No, it's none of these things. I wanted to say something like it's just a poor execution, if you will. I know one look is that good enough. Poor execution. Let's see if you can do that. Bungle, flub, mishandle, blunder. No, these are not right. What about misplaced? What about... See... Let's do failure. Let's do... Let's do a freedom. Yeah, let's do liberty. Vision plus liberty. Vision plus liberties, plural. Yeah, let's just see that. If I do liberties there, and if I do Minix, then we have something. That's true, but I have not defended that. Sure. Sure. That's defensible by the previous deck. It really isn't. But it makes it diffusive. So yeah. Okay, I think that's good. Vision plus liberty. But it's not plural. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That talk about killing your darlings and the fires. That's good. All right, it's getting late. It's 6:18. I need to go to bed. Oh, PRGMR. It's run by a friend of mine. It's a VPS hosting company. I think they're called Tornado VPS now. Tornado VPS. Okay. That one actually misspelled. Oh my god. Here it is. Yeah, this is what it is now. It used to be PRGMR. Anyway, that's it. Oh, he no longer owns it. He sold it like 7 years ago or something like that. All right, bye. So long. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of the stuff. I don't know. I'll have to think about it.